let's record. Okay, so let's start with this. We are called Stock Market College, our company that we work for. We belong to a larger group of companies called the Harshal Group of Companies. What we basically do is we are directly connected with the Johannesburg Stock Exchange and any other stock markets around the world. We are obviously limited to some, but we help people to invest money on the stock market, on the stock exchange, forex exchange, CFDs, commodities, whatever the case may be. All right. So what the program is going to look like, you guys are more than welcome to take pictures as we go along. This presentation is going to be posted also on the group so that you guys can work through it in your own time. Okay. What we will first be doing, more people being added now. The training will commence again tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. And then same story. The agenda for the day will be, I'm just going to explain to you guys all the rules, what our company's mission and vision is all about. I'm going to explain to you what our company does, what our company are selling, all the licenses and so on we have. Someone asking anything? Let me just mute. Okay, I see Antonio, you just made it in time. Okay, then the target market, the type of clientele that we are looking for. Then I'm going to show you guys the payment structures of our company. We've got two options. We've got a basic salary option with commission, and we've got a straight commission option with affiliate. Then we're going to take a little break. I'm going to take you guys through the sales process. You're going to watch the presentation that you guys will be doing. We're going to have some lunch. We're going to talk about the pricing of the company and our products. Then there's affiliate definition, what we do with our affiliate companies and our affiliate clients. Where do we find clients? And then obviously I'm going to share some links with you in order for us to start gaining some clients. All right. Now, the first thing that we basically do as Stock Market College, like I said, we belong to a group called the Harshal Group of Companies. We've got 4 entities within the companies. 4 entities consist out of our independent distributors. We are one of those distributors. We are called YWC. That is our branch code. It's for Western Cape. And we've got 44 current active branches around the African continent. We are not only based in South Africa, we are also based in Namibia, Botswana, Kenya, Zambia, and we're trying to open a new one in New Zealand, but due to the Hong Kong virus, we have been delayed. So that's all our distributors. All of our distributors are registered with the Direct Selling Association, meaning that we belong to the Consumer Act and we have to abide by all the rules. Now, the Direct Selling Association, everybody that wants to sell any form of a product to anybody needs to belong to the Direct Selling Association. If someone are not happy with our product, they are subject to refund, full refund within a period of 5 to 7 working days. Okay. Then we've got Stock Market College. That is our main focus. You guys are being recruited for Stock Market College. We are a full educational company who teaches people to invest their money directly on the stock market. Now, we are not an investment company. We help our people to invest their money themselves. People don't give us their money to invest. They literally come to school, sit in a couple of classes. They get like a 3-year subscription, a membership. And during the course of those 3 years, they can do any amount of training on their own time. There's no physical permanent schedules that they have to attend. We've got the same training sessions that repeats itself every single week. It's only on weekends that it becomes a little bit more different. But then our clients can teach themselves, or we teach them how to invest their money directly on the JSE themselves. Okay, my phone is still extremely busy, so I might just pause every now and then because I've got about 90, I think 92, with excluding you guys, 92 consultants in the Western Cape that still work for me. We had about 160 before the lockdown, and then some of them actually became clients before the lockdown. because we weren't able to see clients face to face, and that is mainly our thing. All right. Now, Stock Market College is registered by Bank CETA. Our registration number is there at the bottom. Bank CETA is a division of the Department of Higher Education. If you do not have a Bank CETA license, then you can't teach no one shit. All the colleges, all the universities, everybody has got a Bank CETA license. It took us a couple of years to get this license, but we managed to get it in, I think, 2004, 2006, somewhere there. Stock Market College has been in existence for about 20 years, almost 20 years, since 2002, so it's 18 years. And we have been registered, yeah, I think 2004, 2006. I have not been since the beginning. I've only been with the company for the last 10 years. And I also started out as a sales consultant like you guys. All right. The third entity that we have is called Quick Trade. That is our direct financial brokers, the stock brokers, the guys who give us, who give all of our clients the mentorship and the trading signals and handle all of their portfolios. All the queries and everything go to that. Now, why do we need a stockbroker? It doesn't matter if you are Bill Gates or if you are a petrol attendant. If you want to trade on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange or the New York Stock Exchange or whatever stock exchange, you need to go directly through a stockbroker. Now, we are registered fully with the Financial Services Board, previously known. Now it's called the Financial Sector Conduct Authority, and our license number is 45262. Anybody of all of you can go on the FSCA website, go to registration companies or registered companies, type in 45262, and then you'll find our name there registered with all the nice and big financial institutions. However, we are not a credit provider. We are just a service provider, a financial service provider, meaning that we cannot take people's money and do business for them. We just provide the full service. All right. Now, what we do is we offer individuals of all ethnic and cultural or financial backgrounds on current situations the opportunity to successfully but independently trade stocks on the financial markets. All right. Now, what that basically means, it doesn't matter who the fuck you are. You can trade on the stock market. Obviously, there is some money involved, but we'll get to that a little bit later. What we are all about is the biggest thing about our business. One of the first questions we ask our clients when we go see them is, and this is a question you guys can also ask yourself, is who do you trust with your money? Now, 99.9% of the people that I meet say, I trust myself. The other 0.1% of them are men, and they say they trust their wives. I think they have to. So, but most of the people say they trust themselves. So now what we basically do is we teach people everything that the people in the financial sector knows. So we give them the knowledge that they have so that they can independently regulate and control their own financial situations. Now, this doesn't only improve the financial stability, but it also educates individuals and uplift the communities. And then obviously it's got a big effect on the current economy as things stand at the moment. Okay, I forgot the number 4 on here. I don't know if some of you know a company called One Life Direct Insurance. We are also, that's one of our companies, but we won't be doing anything with them. All right. Stock Market College is based, our head offices are based in Woodmead, Johannesburg. I will post some videos a little bit later that they made earlier before the lockdown. That is where everything happens. That is where everything works from. All the distributors, the college in Johannesburg and the college we have in Cape Town are the only 2 premises where they can physically attend classes. That means that they've got stockbrokers and mentors at the facility, and our clients can physically come and sit in front of the stockbrokers and trade successfully. All right. Once they actually do the classes, we don't give the classes for the people and say, right, now we've learned you something, go home and go practice it at home. No. We physically, once you become a client, your first day of training, you literally sit in class and you learn everything that you can. We open your demo account, we open your real account. You can then trade on both. The second class that you have, you open your first physical trade, your first real trade. And the trading signals that our clients, that our stockbrokers give our clients, they sit in the class and they trade. So while they are learning, they are basically earning on a daily basis. Before the lockdown, we have people coming to the classes, sitting here, either in their lunch times, or they take leave from work, or when they have off, and then they come and they sit and make money. Okay. Now, like I said, we are directly linked with the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Are there anybody here that's not familiar with the Johannesburg Stock Exchange? Everybody knows the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Okay. I'm not seeing any hands or whatever, so I'm just going to assume that once I ask a question and I don't see any movement, that it's a yes. All right. So at the end of the day, thank you. Send it around if you want to. So at the end of the day, the Johannesburg Securities Exchange, used to be called Stock Exchange, now they changed it to Securities Exchange, is a platform where people buy and sell shares on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. Now, the way that you can see the JSE, if I can put it to you in a more easier term, the JSE is basically a platform. If you have to compare it to any other platforms out there, you can basically compare it to something like Gumtree. So if you have a Gumtree, let's say for instance now, I've got a phone that I want to sell. What's one of the first things I do? I go and look on the internet, more or less how much I can get for it. Then I go and open myself an account on Gumtree, create myself a profile on Gumtree. I then have to put in my email address, sometimes I think a phone number. Then you have to create yourself a username and a password. Once you have created yourself an account, it'll say, right, let's post a free ad. Post a free ad. It's going to ask you to take a picture of it, post a little picture of it, the description, what phone is it? It's a nice phone, it's a Samsung, what. And what price do you want for it? It's going to give you the options there. You're going to put in the price, write your little description, working condition, fell maybe 3 times. My daughter plays a lot with it, shit like that. Once you post the ad, anybody in South Africa typing on their side, I am looking for a phone, is going to see your ad. Okay. They will click on your ad, ask you for the availability. You will then obviously say, right, this is the price. Sometimes you'll negotiate. You will meet up, an exchange will be made, and you will have the money, and that person will have the phone. So that what exactly just happened there? It was a trade. A trade took place. You traded your phone for cash. Now the JSE works in exactly the same concept. The JSE itself is just a platform. It is Gumtree for the financial markets. They are just the platform where bigger companies go and place their shares. They say, right, we want this much for a share. Myself and clients, or even you guys, once you start trading, will go and say, right, I'm looking for this and this share at that and that price, buy it, exchange. Same story. Now you give that guy money for trades. As the day goes on, your trades that you bought will become either more valuable or less valuable. And then once you are happy with the flow or the volatility of your company, or the value, whether it increased or decreased, you're going to sell those shares again to someone else, and you will either make a loss or a profit. Okay, does everybody understand that? Thumbs up. All the guys in the office will go. Okay. Fantastic. Now, myself only started trading on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange and Forex markets about 7 years ago. If I look at something like Facebook today, and there are so many companies out there that provide you software platforms or trading signals or whatever the case may be, the markets are basically flooded with people advertising all of these things. But at the end of the day, if we look statistically, and this was taken in 2019, you'll see that only 2% of South Africans are actually physically trading on the stock market. And that includes all the stock brokers. 98% of them either don't have the money or they don't have a fucking idea what it is. Okay? Now, the one question that most people ask me when I ask them is, why don't you trade the stock market? Is they say, I don't have money, or I don't know how, it's too dangerous, this and that. Most of those are true and most of those aren't true, but we're going to get to that. What we are trying to do in our companies, we're trying to lift that 2% number. Not only for the benefit of our company, but for the benefit of the economy and obviously our clients. I'm going to take you guys through the website a little bit later where we can see some testimonials of people also. We get a weekly, the people who are willing to do testimonials of our clients. We take videos, we post them online, and so on and so on. So we are trying to get this 2% up. So obviously if we get that 2% up, then we are going to make money. Our clients are going to make money. And once our clients make money, they're going to be happy. They're going to refer more people and so on and so on and so on and so on. All right. Now, this is basically our company. We've got Stock Market College. This is the guys, you guys will be recruited for this company. You will be representing this company. You will be the salespeople for this company. Now, what you guys will be doing, well, I'll explain that a little bit later. What we basically do, we were started in 2002. We were an educational company. We make current use of online management system, which is the Zoom classes. Before the lockdown, we had Zoom classes, which was quite popular, but not as popular as it is now. I think some of our stockbrokers, we have a CFD class, technical analysis, fundamental analysis. Then we've got Forex, technical, fundamental, the commodities, and so on and so on. And usually we only had about 100 to maybe 120 people at a time attending the classes every night. Since the lockdown, we had an average of 800 to 2,000 people that attend the Zoom classes, every single night, which is cool because now we can actually just carry on doing it if people are quite used to it. We decided to move our trainings from the afternoons. This is now at head office, from the afternoons to the evenings, and the feedback was enormously great. For the Cape Town branch, we still have our normal classes during the day, and then at the college, and then obviously through head office, they will do the training in the evenings. All right. Now, as I said, Stock Market College is registered by Bank Stita. We learn clients to trade the financial markets, whether it is CFDs, Forex, or commodities. Now, CFDs is a contract for differences. Let me explain a little bit. CFDs, you'll hear the word CFDs and Forex and commodities a lot. CFD stands for contract for difference. I'm not going to go into the explanation of contract for difference, but all you guys need to know is that every single company that's listed on the Johannesburg Securities Exchange is called a CFD. This is the quick explanation. There are about 460 something companies currently listed on the JSE. Some of them did fall away during the lockdown. I think maybe 6 or 7 companies did delist themselves or unlist themselves, or whatever you call it, for future, listing them again. So CFDs, we talk about all the companies that's listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Okay. Now I see that there are 24 participants on the Zoom call. By unmuting everybody, no, that's not going to work. Who can give me any one of those companies? Who knows any of the companies that's listed on the JSE? Please raise your hand. TFG is one of them. I've got someone in the class that says TFG.
IBM.
IBM is international.
Are you referring to local?
Yeah, the JSE itself. If we just go through my list, Yusuf.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, Anglo American Corporation?
That is correct, yes. Vodacom I've got here.
Old Mutual Limited.
Old Mutual Limited, correct. Woolworths, what's that? Woolworths, yeah. Who else? Econ is going to close, but yeah, they're still there. Okay, so how you can basically look at, yeah, I'm listening.
Roynet.
Say again?
Roynet?
Possibly, I don't know the company. Who?
It's the holding company of Nesha as well.
Ah, okay, yes, I'm with you. I'm with you. That is correct. Okay, so we're going to sit here the whole day if we have to go through all the companies, but I just wanted to see if some of you actually do know. Now, how you can look at this is if you watch TV, every single advert that you see on the TV belongs to a company that's listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. All the clothing companies, all the major clothing companies. So the companies that have adverts on the TV are the companies that can afford to have adverts on the TV, and those are companies listed on the JSE. Now, all the people that advertise on the TV is a handful of the people that's actually listed on the JSE. There are a lot of companies that don't advertise, that are listed, a lot of the mining industry, financial companies, and so on and so on. All right. So that is CFDs. That's all the companies that's listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. You are more than welcome to go and look on a website called sharedata.com. That is all the companies. It shares the data of all the companies that's listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. You can also find the Shared Data JSE handbook. Let me just see if I've got a... Still from my previous training, I'm going to try and see if I can... It looks more or less... The front will always look like this. It comes out every quarter. This one was issue number 2 of last year. You don't have to go buy the book. You're not going to need it for the training. You're not going to need it for presentations. But if you're more interested in this, it'll be, for yourself to build up. So it gives you all the financial statistics of every single company that's listed on the JSE for a 5-year period. You guys can just pass this along and have a look at it and so on. Okay. So CFDs, companies on the JSE. Then we got Forex. Who can tell me what Forex is?
Foreign exchange.
Here we go. We've got one here in the office. It says foreign exchange. What does foreign exchange mean? What kind of shares is that? Okay, I've got the correct answer here in the class. I want the answer from the Zoom.
Is it the exchange of currency?
That is correct. Who said that?
Yusuf.
Yusuf. Is Yusuf the only one who's talking on the Zoom group today? Okay, so it's an exchange of currency. So always when you see the rand against the dollar or the pound against the euro or the Swiss franc against the Japan yen or whatever the case may be, it's only currencies. Forex consists only of currencies from different countries compared to each other. Okay. Commodities. Who can tell me what commodities are?
Commodities is that not things like gold, silver.
Correct. Got a correct answer in the class. Who can tell me on the Zoom? Let me just go through my list to see if anybody raised their hand. And no one. Okay, commodities. In the proper English word for it is tangibles. This is things like gold, platinum, silver, mealies, soya, tin, copper, sunflower seeds, sunflowers, canolas, everything that you can see, touch, and some of them taste. You can taste gold. I don't think it's going to taste good, but it's all tangibles, all right? So these are all things that you can see, feel, some of them you can taste. Commodities. One of the best commodities that I'm currently invested in just at the beginning of the lockdown is oil. Oil has grown. It has fallen extremely from $70 up until $20 a barrel. And that along with Sasol is one of the stuff that we told our clients to invest in the beginning of the lockdown, and Sasol has already increased with over 40% since the beginning of the lockdown, and the oil has already increased with over, I think, 25 or 26%. All right. So those are, oil is commodities, Sasol is a CFD. Okay. Now we teach our people how to trade any of these, which is now CFD, Forex, or commodities, using a platform called MetaTrader 5. Now, MetaTrader 5 is not our platform. It is a platform made by German people. And there's obviously MetaTrader 1, 2, 3, and 4. MetaTrader 4 was banned for a while because it had shit algorithms. And then when MetaTrader 5 came out, we bought the South African rights licenses, meaning that someone only joining in now. Fantastic. Okay, so meaning that we are the only South African company, South African stockbroker that you can trade with, you can trade MetaTrader 5 with. You can trade with MetaTrader 5 through a lot of other brokers, but that means that you will always have to open a USD account. The only other company that trades that I know of, I might be wrong, I don't really go into that much of that. The only other company that I know of that also uses MetaTrader 5 is a company called GT247, and they also use us as brokers. All right. Now, MetaTrader 5 is something that you can go and download now. It's for free. It's on Google Play. You can trade on it. There's a demo. You can open yourself a real account. But once you open it through Quick Trade, then you will start receiving trading signals. We're going to get to the trading signals a little bit later. So MetaTrader, what our company does is we do not sell a trading platform. That platform is completely for free. We are there for the college part of things. Okay. Now, if you want to trade through MetaTrader, you need a stockbroker. That stockbroker belongs, that the company that our stockbrokers work for is Quick Trade. It is a different division from Stock Market College, but obviously we put all of our clients that join the company through Quick Trade in order to trade. Now, we are not one of the cheapest when it comes to brokerage commission, but we are one of the cheapest, but not the cheapest. Okay. We registered Quick Trade on the Financial Sector Conduct Authority in 2014 only. Since then, well, before that, we actually made use of another stockbroker. We found that the brokerage commissions were extremely high, and then we opened our own brokerage firm. It took about 4 years to get the license, and once it was open, we could decide on any amount of percentage-wise brokerage that we could ask or charge or whatever. So we took into account the JSE's costs, and we took our own costs, and so on and so on. And we are one of the cheaper ones, but not the cheapest. Okay. Now there's a lot of stockbrokers that work for Quick Trade, and those stockbrokers help our clients to trade on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Do I have any questions at this point? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I wanted to find out, you said that we're going to be helping our clients trade only on the JSE. So that means we won't be helping our clients trade with oil and stuff like it, like you said, about Cecil.
No, the clients can trade on Johannesburg Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange. They can trade on any stock exchange.
Mm-hmm.
But you as a consultant, you are not going to help your clients, our stockbrokers. You are going to get the clients for our stockbrokers in order to help them. Let me just clarify that quickly. Our clients can trade on any stock exchange platform that they want. So we've got available the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. We've got available... Say again? Okay, so we've got available the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. We've got available the New York Stock Exchange. There is the Australian markets, the Chinese markets, whatever you can think of. Because we are registered in ZAR and we are registered in USD. Thanks to our offshore African companies, we have the licenses for USD as well. So you don't only have to open a ZAR account. But you as consultants, let me explain quickly. I think I didn't really explain to you guys what the description was. Yeah. So what happens is you guys as consultants, let me start from the beginning. Everybody that wants to become a consultant is not expected to know anything about the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. This is not a job for a broker. It's not a job for a financial advisor. I don't need anybody to give anybody financial advice. I need people to be salespeople. So now a salesperson is a salesperson. Whether you're selling apples or a financial system, the sales stays exactly the same. Your approach is going to stay the same. Your descriptions is going to differ a little, but the one's going to be an orange, the one's going to be a financial market. So you're going to explain to the guy where the orange comes from, how it's been planted, and how many water it gets a day. And then with the financial markets, you're going to obviously explain a little bit more in detail about the finances. But the approach, the content is going to differ a bit, but the structure is going to stay the same. Your closing is going to stay the same. And at the end of the day, it's just a sale being made. But we're going to get to that a little bit later on how we do that. So I need salespeople. Even though I am a junior stockbroker and I'm a licensed junior stockbroker, I'm not a senior stockbroker yet. I am not even allowed to give our clients financial advice or trading signals or whatever the case may be. I can use it for myself and I can teach other people regarding our company and what we do with our company, but I don't give any people financial advice. So you as consultants are not going to teach people how to trade. You are going to get the people so that we can teach them how to trade. I know that was a mouthful, but does that answer your question? I assume it was Yusuf.
Yes, it does. Yes. Thank you.
Fantastic. All right. So this is basically just the product overview. We are mainly a college. The college is what we are, what you guys are going to be working for. This is not our clients, when they join us, they want to trade. Okay. They want to become stock traders. They want to either become soft traders or aggressive traders or forex traders or whatever the case may be. A lot of people want to trade forex. The newest trend is forex. Everybody wants to do forex. But there's another nice word that rhymes with college, and that is a word called knowledge. The rest of a lot of people that want to trade the markets, they open myself a trading account and going to do this and that, and even with Bitcoin and this coin and that fucking carrot and this pisang, doesn't matter. Everybody wants to trade something, but they don't have the knowledge. So they will deposit like how many rands or dollars into an account, and they will blow their accounts within a week or two or whatever the case may be. Or they will go on Google and they will type in how to make fast money. And once they did that, there's a little pop-up that shows on your screen that says, click here to make 3,426 Rand and 45 cents like this woman made today. But they never show the fucking woman. You just click there and then you'll go into this account, open your trading account. It'll give you like $100 for free. And then you trade, whether it's binary options or normal stocks. And then you trade and you get like $1,000 in your fucking account. And then you want to withdraw it. And then the guy on the other side with a Congolese accent says, please deposit at $250 in order for you to withdraw. Okay. Then you deposit your $250 and then the next time you see, poof, gone. Why? Because people don't know. People don't know the right route. They don't know where to place their money and who to go for and who to do what and what. Okay, so college is knowledge. So we teach the people where to take your money. You can deposit 50 Rand, you can deposit 400 Rand, you can deposit 4 million Rand. That is all going to be up to you. Obviously, the more money you have in trading accounts, the more money you can make. I'm going to get to all the trading signals and so on, how our clients actually become successful traders, and what makes our company a little bit different than the others. Okay. This is our two licenses registered, Bank CETA, and then obviously the FSCA license. This will all be posted on the group, the whole presentation. As a matter of fact, I think let me do it as we go along. Say again?
You haven't had us. Will we get that visited?
Oh, fuck nee. Okay, I think I'll do it in the first break. Then I'll add you guys first and then I'll do that. Okay. So there's our licenses and so on and so on. Now, there are unfortunately so many companies out there that is a scam. And one of the first things that some clients will tell you once you approach them with our company, they're going to ask you, is this a scam? Then you've got these to fall back on, all right? this is from 2002, and this, yeah, here's the FSCA, was in 2015, sorry, not 2014, that we opened, but our college opened way earlier than that. Now, the bank SETA needs to be, I think, every 5 years or something, we need to get like a new one. And somewhere on here, period of accreditation is from 2017 up until 2020. Okay, so I must get the new ones. 2020, the 31st of March. There will be new ones if you guys request it. Okay. So what I need you guys as consultants to do is a presentation. Sometimes the presentation can take 15 minutes. Sometimes the presentation can take 40 minutes. Sometimes the presentation can take 2 hours. That is all going to depend on how many questions your client has. Okay. So, for instance, if you go talk to a guy in a bank, he's going to know a little bit more about the money side of things. So your presentation is going to be shorter. If you have to go and approach someone completely new who has absolutely no idea about the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, and trust me, during the lockdown, I have learned how to do Zoom presentations. So first I had to teach people that didn't know about the JSE how to set up Zoom, and then teach them about the JSE, and I still made the sales. So they learned that you get a lot of people that have absolutely no idea even that the JSE exists. Okay. There was one woman that said to me, but the JSE is a scam. Not our company, the JSE. She says it's a scam, but it's all good and fine. So you guys will be doing presentations, whether they are physical presentations or Zoom presentations. I still have consultants that do go out to people to see them with obviously the permission of those clients. But I have not been really familiar with a lot of online or social media or whatever before the lockdown, and I had to become very familiar with all of them during the lockdown in order for us to do our advertising and obviously the presentations, because I have to do the presentations on Zoom now. Okay, which makes it a lot better because about 40% of the people that I signed up over the period of the lockdown wasn't even in the Western Cape. All right, so the nice thing about the Zoom, as I said, is we are not only limited now to the Western Cape. We can actually, I signed up 2 people in the UK over the lockdown. I signed up people in Lichtenburg, Rustenburg, and in Groblersdal. I don't even know where that is, but we signed them up over Zoom. All right. Now, the target market, the people that we want. Now, there's a fine line between traders and clients. Obviously, all of the clients must be 18 years and over. So no one under the age of 18 is legally allowed to trade or invest in any country or company, okay, according to South Africa. Now, we do have a lot of clients of the elder age, which people that are maybe 60, 70, that becomes clients, but then they want their grandchildren to start trading. So that is allowed. Then we register them as a student, but the license itself cannot be registered on that specific child or minor's name. So we have had one specific lady, I think about 4 years ago, who took out a package, who took out the course for her, I think she was 15 years old, and the daughter made over 100 grand in like 3 months. Okay, they put in like 40,000 into the trading account, and they made over 100,000 in profit. So anybody can trade, preferably from the age of 15 upwards, but in order for you to become a physical client and not a student, you need to be over the age of 18. Okay. Now, people must be computer or smartphone literate. You cannot trade with a Nokia 3210 or a Nokia 3310. And some of the people that I've got on my class at the moment don't even know what a 3310 is. So you cannot trade with a 3310 or a 3210.
Now, if you refer to them, ask them if they know what a blockia is, they'll tell you yes.
Okay,
But
what?
not a 3310.
A blockia.
Yeah.
Oh, do they know it as a blockia? Okay, a blockia. You can't trade with a blockia. A brick. Okay. They must be computer and smartphone literate. Now, We have had clients where we actually had to teach them how to switch on laptops and then trade, and they had become successful, but obviously that is a bit of an extra effort from our side, which we have a lot of, not youngsters, but a bit more new age stockbrokers that don't really know how to work with old people. It's kind of discriminating, but it's fine. Okay. So they must be computer and smartphone literate. They must at least own a smartphone. They don't have to own a tablet or a laptop. We've got computers in the classrooms as well that they can use, but they must at least own a smartphone in order for the software to be on there, and the trading signals must come through there. They obviously also need to have email addresses. We do get a lot of clients that don't even have email addresses. I don't know what person in today's age don't still have an email, don't have an email address yet, but then we actually create them email addresses. They need to have that. Okay, must be able to read, write, and speak English. Most of the classes, most of the presentation is obviously in English. We do have once a week from head office, we do have a Xhosa class and a Zulu class. That's it. They don't have any other languages that they provide, but obviously the more popular language is English. I'm sure that everybody can speak English and their own language. That is a requirement. Okay. And then obviously people must be able to afford what we do. Now we're going to get to the pricing a little bit later on why people need to be able to afford it. Again, I'm going to refer to the Facebook ads and the internet ads. If someone tells you to deposit 100 Rand, you can make 10,000 Rand with 100 Rand off the stock exchange. Kak. Okay? You can still make a little bit of money with a 500 Rand, but it's going to take a fucking long time. You can't take 50 Rand or 100 Rand or whatever. You can't make 10,000 Rand from 500 Rand in a week or a month or whatever. It's going to take you quite a long time. But we require that our clients, they have to earn a minimum of 8,000 Rand net salary a month. I'm going to explain to you guys why, because we do provide finance for some of our clients who cannot afford it cash or be able to deposit money into their own trading account. Okay, so a minimum of 8,000 Rand net. Now, I assume that everybody understands the difference between gross and net, but I'm going to explain it again. A gross salary is the salary that you get before any deductions. So on their payslips, it will say basic salary. So the basic salary, for instance, might be 20,000 Rand. But now there's tax to be deducted. There's a car allowance and a house allowance and a SARS and a Sanlam policy and this and that. And then at the bottom of it, it will say net pay. So the net pay is the amount that they pay into people's bank accounts. So if you ask a person, how much do you pay? They are usually going to refer to the amount that's being paid into their bank account and not the amount that has been as a basic salary. But we do need the gross amount and the net amount. Okay. All right. Now, how we pay our consultants. Now, there's two options. The one is an on-target earning salary option. On-target earning means that you need to make your target on a monthly basis. Now, this was possible within a week before the lockdown. We have moved it to a monthly thing because of the lockdown, because obviously sales are a little bit slower during the lockdown. So people went from at like 6 or 8 sales a week to maybe 2 to 3 to 4. Some of my best consultants still do their 10 to 15 a week, but obviously for you guys as newbies, we're going to do it over 8 sales over a monthly period. Okay, so what happens is, I need you to do a minimum of 8 sales on a monthly basis. If you do your 8 sales, you will get 14,000 Rand paid into your account at the end of the month. That's on 8 sales. But for every sale that you do during the month, you will get 1,000 Rand per week, per deal, paid into your bank account. So that means that if you do 2 deals today, you will get 2,000 Rand tomorrow. If you do one deal the next week, you will get 1,000 Rand the day after. If you do 4 deals the day after that, or the week after that, then you will get 4,000 Rand paid into your banking account. So now we're on 7. If you do one deal on your last week, you will get that extra 1,000 Rand again paid into your account. And then on the 8th deal, 14 grand. Okay. Let me refer to the board. I hope that everybody can see. So, this is now week 1. You must pass me that bag there quickly. Is that my bag? Is that yours? Yeah, it's mine. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so here's week 1. You guys can see it in, eh? Week 2, week 3, week 4. Most of the months have 4 weeks, okay? So now if you do, say, 2 deals this week, I'm going to pay you 1,000 Rand per deal per week. So your commission of 1,000 Rand will be paid per deal on a weekly basis. Okay. Now you get to 3 deals this week. Again, same story. So there you're going to get your 2,000 for the week. Here you're going to get your 3,000 for the week. Now you can do 1 deal this week and nothing the next week and 10 deals the next week. Then we're going to do, let's say, 1 deal here. You'll get the same story, but you'll have obviously only 1 deal. And if you do 2 deals there, then you'll get your 2,000 Rand at the end of that week. So now, on the 8 deals, you have received 8,000 Rand in total so far from the 1,000 Rand commissions. Okay, so per sale that you do, we pay you 1,000 Rand commission. But once you reach your target of 8, then the basic of 14,000 will be deposited into your bank account on the 8th deal. Okay. Now, if you do not reach your 8, let's say you've done pretty well up until the last week and you've only made 7. All we are going to do is we are going to add 500 Rand to each deal that you did. So that will then be times 7. And we will add to the 8,000 Rand then an extra 3,500 Rand. So that means that if you do not reach your target, you will only earn 1,000 Rand per deal plus an extra 500 Rand per deal at the end of the month. Is that clear to everybody so far? Give me thumbs up. Okay. Now, I have consultants that do only 1 or 2 deals a week. They are, I'm going to say the lazy ones and not the dumb fucks like I want to say. Oh, did I say it? Sorry. Then I have consultants that do from 7 to 10 deals on a weekly basis. Okay? The consultants that do a lot of deals for me is not on the OTE. They are on the commission side. I'm going to show you guys now. Is everybody happy with this? We understand this, no? Everybody just give me a shot. Now, then we've got the only commission. I just want to see if someone is not muted. I just want to mute. Okay, then we have the only commission, the profit share side of our business. Now, the target that you need to make for this is 0. So with the profit share and the commission, you do not have a target for the month. If you want to do 1 deal, you can do 1 deal. If you want to do 40 deals, then you can do 40 deals. But how we are going to work, we are still going to pay you on a weekly basis. So if it's a profit share option, the commission option, you will get paid weekly on every single deal that you do. So if you do one deal, we are going to pay you 2,000 Rand for that deal. If you get to 2 deals, on your second deal, you will also get 2,000 Rand. On your third deal, we are going to pay you 3,000 Rand on your third deal, plus an extra 1,000 for each of the previous ones that you already did. Meaning that on 3 deals in 1 week, you can make 9 grand. Okay. If you do your 4th deal in a week, you will get your 3,000 Rand. On your 5th deal, 3,000 Rand. On your 6th deal for the week, we are going to pay you 4,000 Rand plus an extra 1,000 Rand for every deal already made throughout the week. Meaning that if you're on 6 for 1 week, you will earn 24 grand for the week. I've got about 17, just before the lockdown, there was about 40 something. But during the lockdown, 17 of my consultants made over 100K for the 5-week period. So the more deals you do, the more money you make. Yebo.
Quick question. Working on deals 1 to 3, right? So you said deal 1 is 2 grand.
Yes.
Right? Deal 2 is 2 grand.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a good week for me. I'm making 3 sales now. So it's Wednesday morning. I've made my 3rd sale.
Yes.
So now I get paid for the 3rd sale. I get 3,000.
Then there will be 5,000 deposited into your account. 3,000 for your 3rd one,
Yeah.
plus the extra 1,000 for the previous 2. So you'll get 2,000 for this one, 2,000 for this one.
Yeah.
And if you made your 3rd one, then 5 grand will be deposited. So that's the 3,000 for the current 3rd one, plus the extra 2,000 for the 2 previous ones.
Okay, so that gets done on a daily basis.
Yeah, we pay out your commissions are once a week. All weeks work from Wednesday to Wednesday, not from Monday to Friday.
Right, so it's Wednesday to Wednesday.
Yeah.
So obviously these are all over. So my question comes to, okay, first of all, on your presentation, it shows 4 grand from deal 5.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm just.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, no, I'm wrong. That's there then.
Yeah.
Fuck 6. Let's go to 4. After
Okay.
5.
So now, with you saying the week runs from Wednesday to Wednesday.
Yes.
Right? So Wednesday and Thursday, I go up until 3 sales, right? So Friday and Monday, I push it up to 5. So with you saying, so we would obviously get paid a week in arrears, seeing that you'd have to calculate what our totals are in order for you to pay us.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
So every single deal that goes through, once the client has confirmed with both our institutions, I'm going to pay you the deal. So once the client has confirmed, we work on a day 1, day 2 basis. So the paperwork must be in on day 1, the confirmation is done on day 2, and your payment will be on day 3.
Okay.
Okay. So whatever you do on day 1 and 2 is going to pay out on day 3. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
We do 2 payouts per week.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So just so I understand it correctly, so when I get to deal 3, right? So it's 3 grand plus 1,000 plus 1,000.
Yes.
Right? So that's excluding the 2,000 per that I've gotten for deal 1 and deal 2.
Excluding that. Yeah. You already have the 2,000,
That's
2,000.
correct. So now let's get to having a very good week, right? I've made my 4th deal, now I've come to my 5th deal, right?
Yes.
And take into consideration, I've earned 1,000 Rand on deal 3
Yeah.
over and above the 2,000 Rand already earned by deal 1 and 2.
Okay.
So you're saying when it's by number 5, I get 4,000 for deal 5, right? Plus an additional 1,000 for everyone prior.
Yeah.
So even though on deal 3, I've gotten 1,000 for deal 2 and 1, I would
You're still going to get an
additional-
extra 1,000 on top of for 1, 2, 3, and 4. So
Okay.
by the time you get to your deal number 4, and we pay you your 4,000 Rand for the deal, then we're going to add an extra amount to all the previous 4 deals to make it an even 4,000 Rand on all 5 deals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so then it means that it's going to be what, 20 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had it on 6, but during the lockdown, I see they changed it to 4. Okay, so just to give you guys, I don't think you heard him. The question was then, if you get paid your 2,000 for your first 2 deals, and you reach your 3rd one, then I'm going to pay you 3,000 Rand for the 3rd one, plus the extra 1,000 for the previous 2. So you get 2,000 for 1, 2,000 for 2, but I'm going to pay 5,000 into your account for deal number 3. That means that you've earned 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Okay. Same story with the deal number 4 is still going to be on 3,000, but deal number 5 is going to be 4,000. So on your 5th deal, you're going to get 4,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000. So on your 4th deal, of your 5th deal, we're going to pay 8 grand into your account. So if you count all of these together, that means it's 20 grand then for the week. Thumbs up if you understand, talk if you don't. Okay. As I said, your target is 0. Now, I do have part-time consultants that only do their 2 deals a week. Then it's fine. The more money you want to make, the more money you will make. On top of this salary structure, we still have an affiliate commission that gets added on, but I'm going to get to that a little bit later. So most of my consultants, and I'll be honest, we do the OTE, we sign a contract and everything, or we do the contract with the profit share. But to be honest with you guys, most of my consultants, and I'm talking about 95% of them, are on the profit share. Because obviously, the more you work, the more you're going to earn. All right. I have never worked for a basic salary in my life, and I prefer it that way. Okay. Are we all on the same page when it comes to the salary? Fantastic. Are there any questions for me so far? Yebo, I've got.
If say you are on option 1,
Yeah.
can you change off to option 2?
Okay. You can start off on option 1. So you can start off with the basic salary. Remember, you need to do your 8 sales in order to make the full amount. But if you see that in your 1st or 2nd week, you are going to get far beyond 8 sales, then you can switch to option number 2. And then everything from that switch onwards will then be paid out in the commission structure. But before that, we're just going to calculate it backwards to the OTE structure. But once you've changed to the profit share, then obviously they're not going to change you back. Yeah, they give you, so you must start from day to day or from day to day, but we can't switch and turn you the whole time. Yeah. There's a lot of people that start off with payment option 1, and within the 1st week, then they move to payment option 2. Because then they see, okay, well, now this is going to work. And yeah, the nice thing, especially in a time like this, I'm sure that we will revise it once this whole fucking corona thing is away. But the nice thing about now is that if you just go directly with the profit share, then you guaranteed more money in your account anyway from day 1. Instead of you getting 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 up until the 8th sale and then getting your 14 grand. Okay. And then there's some affiliate commission also added, but I'm going to share that a little bit later with you guys. Okay, so let's just go back into the Zoom group. Are there any questions for me? I've got a raise hand for Tapiwa.
I just wanted to ask on the first option, let's say I make 20 deals.
Yeah.
Is the commission, the structure going to change?
Okay, so what happens is, let me explain to you. You are going to do so let's say now you are on option number 1, okay? You are doing your 8 deals in 2 weeks' time. My fork. Okay, Okay, so you do your 8 deals in 2 weeks' time. And then you do another 8 deals in the next week. And then you do 2 deals in the last week, something like that. Okay, so now what's going to happen, if you do your first 8 deals in the first 2 weeks, you are still going to get your 1,000 Rand per sale during those 2 weeks. And once you've done your 8th one, I'm going to pay the 14 grand into your account. Now it starts over. So now if you do on your second week, you do 8 sales again. During that week, I'm going to pay you 1,000 Rand per deal. At the end of the 3rd week, I'm going to give you 14 grand again. If you do the other 2 sales in the last week, then only 1,000 Rand. Then your month starts with 0.
Okay, understood.
Does that explain? So for every time that you hit 8 sales in a month, you will get your 14 grand plus your 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 as you do the deals. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Fantastic. Let me see if I've got more hands. No one else? We're all good? Thumbs up? Great stuff. Okay. Any questions here? Inside? All right. Are you guys hot? You cold? You want me to put on the aircon? Just let me know. I think it's been tested. All right. Now, the presentation that we are going to do is as follows. Now, any salesperson, and I'm not exactly, I didn't go through the CVs. I didn't do the appointment of all you people. Bianca did that. She's my recruiter for this company. So she does all the CVs. She does all the interviews and so on and so on. But by raise of hand, who has been in sales before? I've got all 4 here in the class. Or just give me a thumbs up. You don't have to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Am I counting right? 9. Oh, there's another one. 10, 11. Okay, so out of the 25 people that I see here, only 11 of you have been salespeople. So then obviously for the new ones, this is the structure of the sales presentation. Now, any sales presentation works as follows. Whether you are selling lemons or oranges or apples, or whether you are selling a financial education or financing, whatever, it's going to work as follows. Okay, so any sales pitch works like this. 40% or 30% of your sales presentation is going to 30, 30, 40. Okay. The first 30% is rapport. Now the word rapport can be easily translated to relation. Is to build a relation with your client. Now when I say build a relation with your client, I'm not saying hook up with every client that you go and see. Not a relationship as in girlfriend, boyfriend. I have had some of that. But a relationship in the sense of becoming your client and a friend. So building a rapport with your client and creating a relationship. Get to know each other. Explain to your client who you are. Tell them about who you are. What I have realized in the many years that I've been in sales, people like talking about themselves. Always. They like talking about themselves. So you just have to ask questions that get people talking about themselves. Once people actually start opening up about themselves, then you know, right, this is going to be a nice one. Once people are closed, it's going to be a bit of a tougher sale, all right? But people like talking about themselves. So your 30%, and you guys see there on the Zoom. Okay, so 30% is about building a rapport and creating a relationship with your client. Okay, 30% is about creating a need for your product. So 30% of your presentation is going to be creating a need for your product. So you have to, in the 30% of that presentation, you're going to have to basically tell your client how cuck his life is going to be without this product that you are trying to sell him. You're going to have to show him the bees and the birds and the build the sky castles and then fucking break it all down again. So you're going to have to build or create a need for the client. You're going to have to shape this product in a way that your client is going to say, but I need this thing in my life. All right. And then the other 40%, the last 40%, you're going to give him the solution to his problems. So he's going to create the need, and then he's going to, then you're going to give him the solution. So we're going to build a relationship, we're going to create a need, and then we are going to give the guy a solution. We're going to give him the solution to all his problems. That is the 3 steps, the 3 main steps that your presentation will consist of. All right, the presentation that we are going to do is as follows. We are going to build, this is the step-by-step. Once you, from the moment that you meet the client up until you do the online enrollment and the payment. So you're going to build a rapport with this client, speak a little bit of cock, talk about yourself, talk to him. Then there's 4 questions. In my presentation, I only have 3 questions. This is from head office. There are 4 questions. But I'm going to show you a little bit of a different route. But the questions is a very important piece. These are questions that you are going to decide which payment structure this client is going to go for, and which kind of information you're going to give to this client. How those 4 questions are going to, you're basically going to try and find out within those 4 questions, what is the guy's knowledge regarding the product that we want to sell him, and you know, where does he stand with the financial markets or any kind of finances or his own finances or whatever the case may be. Then you're going to give him the overview of the company, SMC for Stock Market College, QT for Quick Trade, and then our affiliate department, which we started about 2 years ago. Okay. Then the presentation is going to start off with a bank example. Now, the bank example is you are basically going to show your client how shit his bank is currently for him. When I say shit, I need everybody to make notes of the next piece. I am going to unshare this quickly, and I'm going to share my whiteboard, and we're going to do text. So, one of the most popular banks that we currently have is called FNB. Okay. FNB. Everybody can see my whiteboard screen?
Yes.
Okay. I'm assuming that if my classmates, because they are also on Zoom, even though they are sitting here. Okay, so now FNB. Let's say, for instance, I want to go to FNB and I want to make an investment. So what people usually do is they go to FNB, they say, okay, let me just get my arrow. They go to FNB, they say, right, I want to invest, let's start with 5,000 Rand. And I want to invest that 5,000 Rand over a period of 5 years. Segment. I want to invest 5,000 Rand over a period of 5 years. So now what happens is I go to FNB, and FNB says to me, okay, fantastic. And now keep in mind that FNB is currently one of the best fixed deposit investment companies in the country at the moment. Who can tell me that if I go to FNB and I give them 5 grand to invest over a period of 5 years, what will my interest rate be?
About 7.5%, if you're lucky.
Close. Any other takers? I've got someone in the class that says 7.5%. I see a bald man with glasses talking, but I hear nothing. I'm sorry. And there it disappears.
They'll give you about 6, with a push 7%.
Okay, he also says about 7%. That is what one of the guys in my class also said, 6 to 7%. Any other takers? Sorry, sir, what was your name with the glasses? Michael, okay. I see it on your... Okay, any other takers? Who wants to take a guess? I've got a raised hand. Dylan September, tell me.
I would say about 5%.
5%. So we've got 6 to 7, a 7.5 and a 5%. Anybody else? Yes, sir?
I would say 5.5%, 5.20%.
Okay. I am currently amazed at the amount of knowledge that you guys have. That is more or less what we're looking at. FNB logged off on 2019 with 8.75% per annum. Okay, so they were close to 9%. They were the bank and the financial company with the highest interest rate per annum. There is one other company that is currently giving more, one other bank that's currently giving more than FNB, and that is African Bank with a fucking astonishing 13.75. And there's a there's a good reason for that. And I will advise you guys not to go and invest your money there.
Because they might go out of business.
Yeah, that is why they might go out of business soon, and that's why they're giving their people so on and so on. All right, so now what I want to do quickly is I want to say, let's work on 10%. Okay, everybody knows now that it is 8.75%. So everybody was quite close, between 6 and 10%. I'm going to work it now on 10%. Just for argument's sake, we are going to say 10% per annum. So that means over a period of 5 years, there's year number 1. I'm going to say year number 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 years. So now I start off with 5,000 Rand. Now, how we basically do that is we take our calculators. I want everybody to take your calculator somewhere on your phone, or those of you on your phone. I'll just write it here. So you're going to take your amount that you want to invest, and this is how you work out compound interest. Interest. You're going to take the amount that you want to invest times the percentage. We're going to say now 10%. And then you're going to say equals. So the amount that you want to invest times the percentage and equals. So after the first year, we've got 5,500. Okay. Now we're going to take that same 5,500 and not ask the bank, because we've already now said to the bank we want it over a period of 5 years for 10% per annum. So the bank is going to go and they're going to invest your money and they're going to give you 5% or 10% at the end of every year. Now compound interest works interest upon interest. So they're going to take that 5,500 Rand of yours. They're going to reinvest it the next year. And they are going to say, right, now I've got, please, your name? Nigel. Nigel, do that for me again. 5,500 times 10%. I don't have my phone with me. 6,050. Okay. So now after the second year, if you invested your 5 grand, you would have made 6,050. Now we're going to go to the third year. We're going to take 6,050 and we're going to times it by 10% again, which will then give us 6,700, if I'm correct. 6,650. 6,655. Then we are going to go to year number 4. We're going to take 6,655 Rand and we are going to times it by, or multiply it by the 10% because it's still compound interest. So 6,655 times 10%.
7320.
I did something here now. Can you guys still see the whiteboard? So I can't. Okay, give me a second. That's it. Now I can see it also. 6,655 gives us on the year number 4.
7320.
7320. Oh, fuck. 7320. Okay. I'm going to take a picture of this now and put it on the group. 7320, year number 5.
8052.
8052. All right. Now that means that in 5 years period, so if we stake out the 5,000 Rand that we originally invested, that means we are left with 3,052 Rand over 5 years. That is the kind of profit that you will make from FNB if you had to go invest over a period of 5 years with 5,000 Rand. Now, people, 5,000 Rand doesn't seem like a lot. But if we go and we add another 5 there for 50,000, we can just add another 5 there for, then it's going to be 30,000, 500,000, and so on and so on. Okay. What I want you guys to notice is, this happened over a period of 5 years. How many months are there in 5 years?
60.
There are 60 months in 5 years. So I want you guys to divide that 3052 divided by 60 gives us what? No problem. She bring my phone back. No, she didn't bring my phone back. Okay.
That's 50.86.
50.86.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes. 50 Rand.
Let's just 50 Rand and 86 cents. Great shit. Now, how many days are there in a month?
30 average.
Okay. I want you to take 50.86 and divide it by 30. There's an average of 30 days.
170.
1.6 from
695. Say 170.
Let's say 170. Okay. So, if you took your 5 grand, you invested it over a period of 5 years with fucking FNB, and there's nothing wrong with FNB. I'm also at FNB. I've got a Capitec and an FNB account. Give them 5 grand. Let's say, let's put it in this scenario. Let's say you walk into FNB with 5,000 Rand. You put down the 5 grand on the table in cash. And then the guy at the table says to you, okay, fantastic. From now on, for the next 60 months, every day you need to come back to me. Then I will give you 170. Who is okay with this kind of investment? Who thinks this is a load of shit? Please raise your hand. Okay. Raise your hand or give a thumbs up, or I need to charge myself. Okay, so this is what's currently happening at investment companies, and this is all over. This is not only in South Africa. This is not just certain companies. It's all of them. The banks and investment companies in South Africa, and this includes Sanlam, Old Mutual, Allan Gray, Alexander Forbes, Coronation Fund, and even Ashupol, who's got their little thing on the sideline, don't give any, they give anything between 4 to 10% per annum increase. So we worked it on literally the most amount that you can get. So now, even if we added a 50 or two zeros and make it a 500,000, if you add 2 zeros there, what's it going to give you?
Something like 170.
170 Rand a month. So if you give someone 500,000 Rand and they say, okay, come back every month and I'll give you 170 Rand. What the fuck? You can't even buy a $1 a packet of cigarettes with that today.
You get better odds at Grain West.
Exactly. Okay, so this is the current situation that we are living in. Let me just get my phone because I need to send this to you guys. I'm going to be 5 minutes and then we're going to take a break. Hi Judy, sorry, yes, I'm just busy with the class. Bank statement is 100%. Okay, and you are part, oh yeah, I need to add you guys. Just take the picture so long. Okay, I'll just take the picture so long. All right, so this is what happens if you take your money to the bank directly. People give their money to the people at the bank. They say, okay, invest it for me in a period of 5 years, 3 years, 1 year. It doesn't really matter. The percentage interest is going to stay exactly the same. Now, why is that? Let me go back to my... Why is that? Who can tell me why are they only giving us that amount of money?
Maybe they have lots of overheads.
Overheads. I've got one answer here in the office that says overheads.
Could be one of them.
Taryn, you raised your hand.
Are you asking why they only offer between 8 and 10%?
Yeah. Why do they offer the clients between 5 and 10% interest per annum?
Because to them it's market related.
Market related.
According to them, it's market related.
Okay, one answer in the classes is according to them, it's market related. Who else has got an answer for me?
I would say that it won't be profitable for the banks to have an interest rate anywhere higher because they won't be making money in return. Even over the long
Yeah,
run.
but it's a good answer, but it's the wrong answer. Okay. The reason why, and we're going to get back to this later, but I have to show this now. The reason why you only get 5% to 10% is because this is you as a client. You take your 5 grand to the bank. This little step ladder here are all the people that's handling your money. So if you go back, if we go back to the whiteboard and we say, and the bank says, right, I'm going to give you 10%. This is FNB. They give you 10%. Where do they get the 10%? So they say, okay, come to me, give me 5 grand. We're going to give you 10% more money on top of your money every month. or every year. Where the fuck do they get the 10%?
They also invest our funds on the JSE.
That is
So
fantastic.
that's
That is the correct answer. So what happens is, the dumb fuck that we are, give the money to the bank. Then there's a financial advisor at the bank that will advise you to invest your money for this certain period of time, and they will say, right, we're going to give you this much amount of interest and blah, blah, blah. Then she gives it to the financial manager, your file. The financial manager then takes your money and he negotiates with a larger financial institute. Remember, banks don't invest your money. Banks give your money to a larger institute to invest. At that larger institute, there's a guy called the asset manager. They then come to an agreement on how much interest the asset manager is going to pay the financial manager for this specific investment. So now the asset manager will say, right, according to this and that and blah, 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 we will give you 15%. And this guy will say, right, but we already gave our client 10%. So yeah, we'll make 5%. Okay, that's a great deal. He then hands over the file to the asset manager. The asset manager gives it to the portfolio manager, and he says, right, we're giving this bank 15%. The portfolio manager creates a portfolio for you on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. He gives it to the fucking stockbroker. The stockbroker takes your money and he trades directly on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Now, I want someone who's got that page with the blue front. I want you to look at the front, look at Absa for me quickly. I've got a little thing here in the office. The one that I showed you guys earlier, like I said, this is the financial statistics for every single company. Now we're just going to go, we spoke about FNB, okay? Absa is currently giving 6.75 per annum. Now, as you all can see here, this is Absa's financial statistics, all right? I don't know if everybody's going to be able to read, but I'm going to just let someone else read it here in the class. It's got exactly the same page as me. Your name, sir?
Elroy.
Say again?
Elroy.
Elroy. Elroy. Look on that side for me. There's a graph. On top of the graph, it says liquidity. I want you to read there for me. It says March 19, which is March 2019, the statistics were taken. An average of 17 million shares per week were bought and sold at 2.8 billion rand at a percentage interest of what per annum?
102.3%.
Okay, for those of you who didn't hear, it's 102.3% average per annum. Now, this was released in March 2019. So for the first 4 months in March, this is now December, January, February, and March. The first 4 months of that financial quarter, Absa was already at 102.3% interest per annum from their investment company that they invest in.
And they only paid the client 6.5%.
102.3. What was the client getting? 6.5. Well, let's make it 10%. Okay. Now you'll see this little stockbroker over here. That's the guy that usually drives a fucking Maserati. Then you'll get the portfolio manager who drives the latest E-Class. Then you'll get the asset manager who drives the 320 BMW. Then you'll get the financial manager who drives the Fortuner. You'll get the financial advisor who drives the latest Polo. And then you'll get yourself who drives the fucking Conquest. Okay. Right. All these people over here are benefiting from your investment. All of them. This is a vicious little fucking tree that we all have. And we obviously, and every single branch has to add some leaves to his tree. Every branch of the tree has to add some leaves to his own little section. So every single client's money has been taken and invested directly on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. And believe it or not, everybody that's currently sitting in this class are trading indirectly on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Because what do you think is happening with the money that's in your account at this moment? Thanks to a digital world, if you go on your app on your phone and you see, I got so much money in my account, it's just numbers. It's numbers on a screen. It's not physical money. So they will make, if you want to withdraw some money at this moment, they will make the money available to you. But that same numbers is lying with this motherfucker over here. I'm sorry, I swear a lot in my training, but you just have to deal with it. And it's lying here by this stockbroker, and he's making an average of 70 to 110% per annum quarterly with everybody's money. All right. I'm going to leave it at that for now. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. Let's make it 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I've got some people in the class who's still rich enough to buy cigarettes. They want to go for a smoke break and go to the toilet.
Sure.
And then we're going to get back. We're going to just carry on with the presentation. And then you guys are going to watch Harris van Pletsen. He is the MD, the managing director of all 40 branches, Stock Market College and our stockbroker Quick Trade, how he does a presentation. And then we're going to work from there. So you can either log off and leave the meeting, or you can leave it running. You can use the same meeting ID and password when we log back in. I say we get back here at, let's say, 12:20. Half an hour should be good. Go and drink a coffee, eat something, and then 12:20, I will start the class again. All right. Thank you, guys.
I got
No.
Apply for income tax reference number online. SARS.